Hello everybody and welcome back. This is my second video at Hillsborough River State Park. Today I'm going to do the River Rapids Trail again. I know that I said last time, the next time I would come here, I would do the other trails, the Baynard Trail and the Seminole Trail. However, I looked at all trails today and they said, people were saying that it was completely flooded out. So we're gonna skip it. And we are gonna pass parking lot 2 today. So again, we can go on the River Rapids Trail here. This is very, very close to where the rapids actually are. However, we're going to keep going to the next parking lot because in my previous video, which I will link above, I do mention that you can park there as well. So there we will go and we will start our little hike today. This is the next parking lot that you encounter, but it's really just a parking lot for like RVs and stuff. So when you see it, you're gonna kind of keep going. There's a sign for the youth camp on the left-hand side. And here is where we're gonna go. Parking lot 3. So again, you'll see a kind of like a one-way only. You don't go down that. You're gonna turn right in here, and this is where we're gonna park. So it is Wednesday morning, almost noon, and I am the only person here. Even in the main parking lot for the River Rapids Trail, there was only one car. So I was kind of curious to see, you know, it's the middle of the week, middle of summer, you know, what's the crowd level going to be like? And it is dead during the week. This is going to be awesome. Kind of see my red car through the trees there. And as you're coming in, there is a restroom. So you have women on one side, men on the other. And this is what this area looks like with the picnic pavilions and whatnot and a playground. So here's some more of the playground and the different pavilions. And here's the map. So today again, this trail, the Seminole Trail, is supposed to be okay. The Baynard Trail is supposed to be totally washed out right now. And then you also have this yellow trail, which is actually the Rapids Trail, which we will be heading on. So as you continue down, right here you can actually see Suspension Bridge and Baynard Trail. And that's actually the way we want to go because that's also going to bring us to the Rapids Loop. Alright, so if you get to this sign here and you're kind of confused about which way to go, if you want to go to the Suspension Bridge and actually go on the Rapids Trail, you are going to go this way. But I'm actually going to walk a little bit down to the left to show you a little more of some of the things that this parking area has to offer because we did not go this way last time. So if you do head this way, as soon as we round this corner, around this tree, you can actually see the stationary bridge. And then we also have this area here. Again, the stationary bridge will take you to the Seminole Trail, which is just too hot today to do that one. But I am going to go back this way towards the Suspension Bridge. You don't usually see alligators in moving water. So this is pretty cool to see, and it's actually a decent sized one too. Alright, so this is the Suspension Bridge, and if you guys are coming this summer, please, 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 I'm getting totally eaten up by mosquitoes, so just keep that in mind. But I also saw this really cool sign here about the aerial gardens, about some of like the air plants and whatnot that live here. And if you look up at the trees, you could see all of them up here, especially this one. All those black masses you see are actually the air plants. So a lot of times we can, or even right here on this tree, you can see them as well. So a lot of times you see these maybe for sale, like at the store. And yeah, down here in Florida, they just kind of live here. So here is that suspension bridge that we went across last time. Again, I've heard that the Baynard Trail is completely flooded out and it's pretty much impossible to you know, to complete. So we are going to keep going on the River Rapids Trail. Not necessarily air plants, but these ferns are just absolutely taking over this tree as well. In my previous video when I came here, I went up to this cypress tree and stood inside. And here you can see how much flooding has been happening and why, if parts of other trails are very low-lying, you would not be able to get through right now. Because none of this water was here. I was able to walk all the way up and go ahead and walk right inside of that before. So that's why I like looking on the website All Trails, because you can see reviews of the different trails, and a lot of them are pretty up to date, and then you can get the best kind of status. Because just because a trail is really great doesn't mean at certain times of the year it's the right trail to go on. Huge air plant that fell on the ground. So you can kind of see what it looks like when it's not attached to a tree. One thing I really love about this trail is it's a good mix of boardwalks and, you know, just regular terrain. And it does a really good job of kind of mixing up the two, so it doesn't get too boring. They do have a sign about the alligator, and yeah, I wasn't aware that they really were in this moving water. I thought that was kind of one of the characteristics of them, so it was really interesting to see that alligator before. All right, here's the first view of the rapids that we get today. So pretty good. I noticed as we were, you know, downriver, there's a lot of this like foam in the water. And so I was kind of curious how the rapids would be because of all the rain that we've been having. And they look pretty good. So let's go ahead and get over to the actual platform over there. All right, and here is the main area for viewing the rapids, and whoa! These are way bigger than last time I was here. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. A lot of the rocks that were out before are now hidden. Those are some nice rapids. All right, and here's another view from the other side of the platform. Beautiful. Here's where you can either go back to the parking lot if you parked at parking lot number 1, or this is the path that will do the entire loop, which is what we're gonna do to head back to where we parked. This part of the trail is pretty elevated, and so I haven't seen any like see here where it's all murky. I haven't seen anything like that on the trail. This is pretty much the only little muddy part so far, but my feet aren't even sinking in. So you definitely don't have to worry about this one too much in the heavy rains. It's still a pretty good path, but if this side was muddy, you could just go and do an out and back on the part of the loop that is closer to the water, and you wouldn't have any problems whatsoever. Every once in a while you see something blending in. Take a look at that frog. As you finish up this part of the trail, you end up back where you started, near the pavilions. And so if you started at the first parking area, you would just continue right, and that would bring you to where that suspension bridge was and take you on the whole loop. But to go back to the parking lot, you're gonna hook a left and get on out of here. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this trail. This is a great little 1.5 mile trail. It's super easy. Again, the only thing right now is it is very buggy. But again, I prefer, like I said, compared to the last time I was here, I do prefer parking in this area because they do have restrooms as well. So if you know that you're going to need the restroom before or after, you know, parking here is very nice. But also, if you do park at the first parking lot, you know, just know that there are restrooms in this area too, with all the picnic tables and everything to enjoy a nice lunch if you so desire. All right, well, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the trails soon. Goodbye.